Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Fanadian here. I'd like to welcome you all to another video, and today I'm going to be reacting to the Miami Dolphins 2021 schedule that just got announced today. So, starting with our Week 1 game, we're going up against the New England Patriots. This should be a pretty exciting matchup. We played them Week 1 last year. A lot of people were kind of upset we were playing them back to back Week 1. I'm cool with playing the Patriots Week 1. I think this will be a good test for both teams to see how much they improved over the offseason. These two teams usually split games with each other. Like we always go 1-1 with the Patriots, no matter how good the Dolphins or the Patriots are that year. It just always seems to happen. So there is a good chance we lose to them week 1 and then beat them week 18 at home. But I think the Dolphins honestly have a good shot at going 2-0 against the Patriots. I think this week 1 game is like 50-50. A big part for it is just going to be who's starting at quarterback for the Patriots. You know, how much does Cam improve? How good is McCorkle Jones coming into the NFL? And then obviously the big question, how much does Tua improve in his second year in the NFL? So, pretty exciting first game here. Week 2 at home against Buffalo. Another pretty game early on. I'm pretty sure this is how our season started last year as well, so pretty interesting to see it happen again. Hopefully we could get the win against Buffalo at home. That would be pretty huge for the Dolphins. We have a good chance at splitting with them. Like I think there's a good shot we beat them week 2 and then we lose to them week 8 on Halloween. Uh, the Buffalo Bills are the top dogs in the AFC East until proven otherwise. Josh Allen was a monster last year. Their receiving core is really good. They should have an improved pass rush, and they did manage to keep a lot of their key players from last year, so I see the Buffalo Bills still being good, but I do see the Dolphins closing the gap a bit, and I do see the Dolphins being able to take a game off Buffalo, but the Bills are definitely favored in both of the games. Now, week 3, away game, Las Vegas Raiders. The last game the Dolphins played against Las Vegas was insane with the Ryan Fitzmagic savior throw at the end to Mac Hollins where he was blinded. So we'll have to see if this game's just as exciting. You know, I think we might have some Raiders players that might want to get some revenge. I think this Dolphins team is going to be better. I think John Gruden has been an interesting head coach. We'll have to see if the Raiders can improve coming into this year, but I feel like under John Gruden, unfortunately for the Raiders, they're in a similar situation to which the Dolphins were in, where they're just going to be like a perennial like 8-8, I guess now 8-8-1 team, where they're always just breaking even, kind of stuck in mediocrity. They could beat the Dolphins, but I think the Dolphins are most likely to win this game. Week 4 against the Colts should be an interesting matchup to see because both of these teams are gunning for the playoffs this year. Both teams are kind of similar in the sense that they're big defensive teams. The defense is the strength of both of these teams. I think these big grindy defensive games do benefit the Dolphins at home in the heat, so that's a big bonus for the Dolphins that it's a home game. I think a big decider for this game is just going to be how good is Carson Wentz now with the Colts? Can he bounce back, or is he going to stink it up again? We'll have to see. Like at one point, people thought Wentz was going to be an MVP, and now everybody just trashes the guy all the time. So it will be an interesting game. I'm saying it's 50-50, can't go either way, but the home advantage might just sway it for the Dolphins. Week 5 away against the Buccaneers. This is one of the few games where I feel like the Dolphins are pretty big underdogs. Tampa Bay somehow keeping all their Super Bowl roster players is insane. Tom Brady, you can't doubt the guy. We've seen him like do really good against the Dolphins so many times. I have a lot of memories of him with the Pats dicing up the Dolphins, which sucks to say, but the Dolphins have also gone some games in against Tom where we've managed to get the upset. It could happen again here against them in Tampa Bay, but most likely the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will win this game, unfortunately, for us Fins fans. But they do get to follow that up with a pretty exciting Week 6 matchup because it's in London, which for me as an international fan living in Canada, I do like to see the international games. My first NFL game was watching the Miami Dolphins play the Buffalo Bills at the Rogers Center in Toronto, so I'm happy to see the fans over in Europe get a shot to watch the Dolphins play live, especially because it's in a game where I'd say Miami is pretty heavily favored against the Jaguars. I don't know about Urban Meyer as an NFL head coach. We've seen multiple college coaches succeed, multiple fail. We'll just have to see what type he is. Also, Trevor Lawrence, is he really the chosen one? He has a good chance to be like he can be the next Peyton Manning. He can also just be the next overhyped guy that burns out and ends up kind of stinking. I'm leaning more towards that Trevor Lawrence is really good, but hopefully he doesn't get ruined by the Jaguars. Sorry, Jags fans, not I don't want to be too harsh on you guys, but that's just kind of the way it is. So going into October here, Week 7 home game against the Falcons. High-powered Atlanta offense against this Dolphins top secondary. Xavier Howard and Byron Jones going up against Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley. You got Kyle Pitts going up against Eric Rowe and Javon Holland, who the Dolphins just drafted. Should be a pretty interesting matchup. I'm going to say Dolphins favored, but the Falcons do have a good shot. It's probably like 60-40, I'd say, for Miami. I've already talked about the Bills. I'd say good shot. The Dolphins beat them week 2. Buffalo gets their revenge week 8. So then we follow that up week 9, Dolphins at the Texans. Dolphins, I'd say, are heavy favorites coming into this game. I would like to see the Dolphins crush the Texans because I constantly saw so many salty Texans fans talking smack on Reddit and on Twitter all year because they were upset that the Dolphins had all their draft picks. So it would feel pretty nice to watch the Dolphins crush the Texans with the players they drafted with those draft picks. Also, Deshaun looks like he's not going to be playing. That's probably for the betterment of everyone if the rumors are true. Obviously, innocent until proven guilty, but you got 20 accusers coming out against you. People are going to think you're guilty. So, definitely looking forward to this game because I feel like the Dolphins got a good chance to smash the Texans. But unfortunately, I feel like they might follow that up by getting smashed by the Ravens on Thursday Night Football. The Ravens are going to be really good again. The Ravens tend to do really good against Miami. The way their team is built, I feel like, is built to do good against the kind of team the Dolphins are. The Ravens are a heavy run team. The Dolphins team is built against countering passing teams. Lamar, you never know with him. People always like dump on his passing ability, but he is just an insane athlete and always makes plays with the ball in his hand. Should be a pretty exciting game, but I'm a little scared that we might just watch the Dolphins get blown up on Thursday Night Football, because I've seen the Ravens do it to them quite a few times. Now we got our first game against the Jets, Week 11. What do I think the Dolphins are going to go do to the Jets? They're going to destroy them, just like they did last year. Zach Wilson, he's going to have a big adjustment, going from playing against the defenses he played against playing at BYU to these NFL defenses. I think as a rookie, he's going to really struggle against this Dolphins defense. And it doesn't really matter how good the offense plays because I think the defense is going to win both the games against the Jets. Now, week 12 against the Panthers. Listen, Carolina has a lot of really good young talented players. They have Christian McCaffrey, who's a generational player, but Sam Darnold is their quarterback. We've seen him so many times with the Jets play bad against the Dolphins. Hopefully he could turn things around in Carolina now that he's away from Adam Gase. But I think the Dolphins are favorites in this game. I do like the Panthers and what they're doing. They do remind me of like the Dolphins, but maybe just a year behind Miami. And also, like I said, Sam Darnold, who knows if he's going to be good this year. I feel like most people are leaning towards not good. I think the Dolphins defense will win Miami this game, kind of like the Jets games, where even if the offense doesn't play great, they'll still win because of the defense. Now, a very interesting game coming into Week 13, a team that's I feel like is pretty underrated. That's the New York Giants. They have so many weapons on this offense, with Saquon Barkley, Kenny Golladay, multiple other good receivers, and then Evan Ingram's an athlete, but he's got to work on those hands. I'm saying that as someone that had him on his fantasy team last year. So, this game, I feel like it's like a 50-50, maybe 55-45 for Miami. Should be a good match. Two Belichick disciples playing against each other. The fact that it's at home should benefit the Dolphins. A New York team isn't going to be used to the heat this time of the year in December, so I feel like the Dolphins can definitely get this win here against the Giants. Should be a good game. Week 14 bye. amazing for the Dolphins. You want the bye weeks at the end of the season. Getting one here in week 14 is really going to help set up the Dolphins for making a playoff push this year. Week 15, New York Jets. As I said, like in week 11, we'll probably stomp them even harder at home. Week 16 against the Saints, prime time Monday Night Football. How good are the Saints going to be without Drew Brees? I feel like probably still really good. Sean Payton's a great head coach. They have a ton of star players: Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, Cameron Jordan. The interesting thing will be how good does Jameis Winston play here as the starting quarterback, or is he even going to be the starting quarterback? I'm kind of hoping that Winston pops off, honestly. The meme QB. It would be cool if he just leaves Tampa and just starts blowing up with the Saints and becomes a dominant quarterback. So I'm going to say like 50-50 can go either way here on prime time. Week 17 versus the Tennessee Titans. A bit scary because the Dolphins have generally struggled against the run, and Derrick Henry is a running monster. This is the Ryan Tannehill revenge game. Can he pop off with helps of his buddy AJ Brown, or can the Dolphins secondary shut him down? The Tennessee defense was really bad last year. We'll have to see how much they can improve. That might be the deciding factor in this game, is just the difference in defenses. But if Derrick Henry gets going, it's super hard to stop him. This is one of those games that I feel like is pretty coin flippy and could go either way. Now our final game, Week 18 at home against the Patriots. I think the Dolphins win this game. As I said, these Patriots games could go either way, but I see the Dolphins at home Week 18. I think they're going to improve a lot between these Week 1 and Week 18 matchups here with the Patriots, and there's a good chance they start the season with a win over the Pats and end it with a win over the Pats and lock in their playoff spot, which would be pretty exciting because I feel like with the schedule, as you might have heard, I said the Dolphins should be favored in a lot of these games. I feel like pretty much every one of these games they play, they have a shot to win it. There's a couple where they are pretty big underdogs, but I think the Dolphins are going to be like a 10 plus win team in 2021. If you want to hear my full schedule prediction of like how I think they'll fully finish, I'm going to do a more serious video about that later on before the season starts. If you want to hear that, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. How did you think of this video was? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What can I improve on? Was there some words maybe I said so too much? Let me know. Subscribe, like I said, comment, like, and until then, thanks for watching, everybody, and hopefully I see you in the next video.